Now at 10, area campers wrap up the last long weekend of summer at the river. We'll take you to one of the spots. Plus, Little Balkans Day's festivities continue throughout the day. We'll take a look at some of the events. And how one Arkansas school district is upgrading its security system as they prepare for the school year.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Authorities in Joplin have charged a Welch, Oklahoma man with murder after a crash involving 3 motorcycles killed 2 people. And this is KOAM News at 10. I'm Elise Noe. It happened around 8:45 last night on North Main Street. An officer says he tried to pull over 2 motorcyclists going 80 miles per hour down Main Street. The motorcyclists took off and the officer gave up the chase. Shortly after that, JPD received a call about a crash in front of the General Casey's store. Police say the 2 motorcycles crashed into a third that was leaving the Casey's. And they say one of the speeding motorcyclists and the third were killed in the crash. The other motorcyclist, 18-year-old Colton Goodard, was not injured. Police say because he was recklessly speeding, he is being charged with 2 counts of felony murder. Newton County authorities responded to reports of a structure fire late this morning. It happened at 606 Park Lane just outside of Joplin. The fire started behind the home and quickly spread to the roof. Fire crews were able to stop the fire before it spread to the rest of the house. There's been no word yet on the cause of the fire. No one was injured. Meteorologist Sam Lane joins us for a first look at weather.
All right, we've been talking about this big upper level low over northern Texas the last few days, and it is drifting towards the north, generating some thunderstorms not that far away from us. Although radar is clear in our local area, a little bit further to the south in the Arklatex area, we do have some scattered showers and storms, even a few lightning bolts. This is drifting towards the north, and tomorrow we could see a regeneration of those thunderstorms a little bit closer to us. But tonight we're going to see temperatures dropping through the 70s to about 71 degrees by tomorrow morning with a few clouds out there. Tomorrow there's going to be lots of allergy problems. Ragweed, chenopod, and nettle still causing a lot of problems. And looking down the lane, we do have isolated thunderstorms in the forecast, along with increasing humidity and abnormal temperatures next week, and also a better chance of storms. And I'll tell you about that in just a little while.
We'll check in with you soon. While floating season is coming to an end, one local resort continues to splash up some fun at all their locations. KOAM's Jasmine Knight floated up to Knoll to check it out.
So with Labor Day just hours away, some locals decided to spend their weekend here on the campgrounds. Elk River Resorts is located in Noel, Missouri. They have 4 locations along the river, each offering a different experience. With the long holiday weekend, visitors just want to end their summer with a splash of fun.
During Labor Day weekend we do, because it's the last hoorah before, before fall and winter comes. So it's a good turnout. A lot of people come out there and the weather's beautiful. So it's what else to do to come out there and sit in the sun and have fun with your friends and family.
The resort is open to the public from Memorial Day to Labor Day every year. After Labor Day, the resort is only open by reservation to ensure your floating fun never stops.
Well, it's the last weekend that you can enjoy like the good weather and the river. Also, I think they're closed for the rest of the year. So we like to come, like I said, 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, and
around the summer. We have been here for the few liked also, and it's really nice. Fireworks are great here.
The resort is also able to rent out floats, rafts, kayaks, and more. In addition, there are designated places to set up your camping tent.
they need to come and explore like the outdoors and everything, enjoy family, enjoy life. It's really good.
Overall, Elk River Resorts just encourages everyone to come and have a good time.
So it's pretty much a vacation and we take care of you.
So if you're looking for a new adventure, check out Elk River Campgrounds, open by reservation only. Reporting in Noel, Jasmine Knight, KOAM News.
If you'd like more details about their other locations, you can visit their website at elkriverfloats.com. Little Balkans Day's festivities continue today with the fishing derby. Children of all ages were able to get outside and enjoy the weather while catching fish at Lakeside Park. The event was free and offered various prizes for the kiddos.
Worms, chicken, soft plastics, Chad wraps, stuff like that.
Prizes were given out to the top 3 of each category, the most fish caught and the biggest catch of the day. And for those that wanted to stay inside to celebrate Little Balkans Days, the polka dance took place at the Meadowbrook Mall. Attendees danced throughout the day to music played by the Johnny Zebert Polka Band. It included a raffle and ended with a roast chicken dinner.
When the Slovenians immigrated to America back during the 20s and stuff, when the coal mining was real big, there was a lot of Slovenians, a lot of Italians and Germans and Polish that came over here to work in the mines. Well, they brought the music with them.
The event began at 1 and wrapped up around 4 p.m. Coming up, students are struggling with learning the materials taught in schools, and the Department of Education says the pandemic is a factor. We'll take a look. Plus, how one school in Arkansas is taking extra steps to keep students safe during the school year. The lockdowns that were put in place at the height of the coronavirus pandemic are still taking a serious toll on students. The Department of Education says many children who are now in elementary or middle school need extra help with basic reading to make up for the learning loss. This is presenting challenges for districts that are usually accustomed to providing extra assistance to younger students. Fortunately, federal pandemic relief funding has allowed school systems to bring in tutors and trained teachers to help students catch up. The focus on school safety has increased in recent years, and as the new school year begins, some schools have been upgrading school security and emergency plans. Brooke Buckner visited one of those schools in Arkansas and has that story.
I really appreciate Lone Oak School District looking at what we have and making it better, especially for the safety of our children.
Sarah Giddings teaches 6th graders at Lone Oak Middle School and also has one child of her own in the district. She says new security improvements are a step in the right direction.
I am very comforted that my students are being protected.
Some of the upgrades include this new foyer in the middle school to prevent visitors from walking directly into the hallway, a key card system for staff members, and 99 new cameras around the district.
We want to be proactive instead of reactive.
Lone Oak Superintendent Jeff Sen tells me the key card system doesn't just protect the school community, but the facilities as well.
We had a couple years ago student pranks with inside our building. They had gotten a key from someone, and even though it was after hours, they were able to use that key to get into our buildings. Now they can't do that.
Because there's a specific time frame when staff can get in with their key cards. The district also hired a full-time lead security officer to patrol all campuses. Officer Malcolm Cole worked in the district as an SRO for 20 years and is now a part of the push focused on improving security.
Those things that we've added, things that have been needed for a long time.
The district also purchased 11 of these tactical shields in case of an active shooter situation. They're in all of the patrol cars and all of the schools.
You got to get right in there. And my mindset is, if you coming in there to hurt my kids, I'm coming for you. I ain't waiting around.
He has seen us run all of our drills. He has walked us through what we have done well and what we can improve upon. And that is very important for me to know as a parent and as a teacher.
A little later, a Missouri couple remarries after discovering there is no record of their marriage after 39 years.
And we're not anywhere near any records as far as temperatures go, but I'll have the complete forecast when we come back. Well, we have been dry so far this holiday weekend, and we have one more day to go, and we might see some scattered to isolated thunderstorms out there, but all in all, not too bad. Right now, let's take a look at this morning at Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, and as that goes into motion, you can see that we had mostly fair skies through the afternoon with bright sunny conditions and just a few clouds from here and there. Some altocumulus this afternoon and a beautiful sunset this evening. I hope you had a chance to get out there and enjoy that with those clouds around. This afternoon we did make it up to 95 in Joplin after starting at a cool, relatively cool 68 degrees, which is above the normals of 86 and 64, but at least we weren't near that record of 102 set back in that blistering summer of 19 54. Radar is clear right now across our area. There were a few scattered showers and sprinkles in north central Oklahoma earlier, but most of that has started to dissipate. Instead, we're left with mostly fair skies and temperatures in the upper 70s and a few lower 80s, like in Neosho, where they're currently sitting at 84 degrees, one of the warm spots. 78 in Monette, 77 for our friends up in Stockton. All right, let's take a look at the dew points, because that's been the big help this weekend. With dew points in the 50s and 60s, it's made it feel more comfortable, but now we're starting to get dew points in the upper 60s and even a few low 70s starting to show up, and that means we're going to be increasing the stickiness and the mugginess as we go through the next 24 to 36 hours. In fact, looking at the future dew points, you can see the dew points are expected to be in the mid to upper 60s for the next couple of days, but then Wednesday, some drier air starts to work its way back in from the north, and that will make it feel a little bit better. Also, what will make it feel a little bit better is some rain chances, and it does look like there's a little bit tomorrow afternoon, but most of that is going to be down in northwest Arkansas and south central Missouri as this upper level low pivots out of North Texas and basically heads up towards the Great Lakes. Then we're going to go into a northwest flow pattern, which means scattered showers and storms will start to enter our forecast once again next week. But in the meantime, it's going to be mostly dry. Now, for the next 7 days, the GFS model is forecasting heavier amounts of precipitation on the Missouri side and points eastward, lighter amounts towards the west. And then on the European model, it's saying no, northeastern Oklahoma might actually get a little bit more rain too. So we'll have to wait and see how that pans out. But at least some folks have a decent chance of getting some rainfall over the next several days. Temperatures are going to be in the 70s tonight with mostly fair skies. Then tomorrow, it's going to be hot once again with temperatures in the low to mid 90s and also increasing humidities, making the heat index up a little bit. Best chance of showers and storms off towards the east. And then as we go into Tuesday morning, lows in the mid 70s with southwesterly winds, breezy too, with maybe a few showers out towards the west. Then as we head through Tuesday afternoon, look at this. We get close to 100 degrees again in southeastern Kansas, everywhere else in the low to mid 90s. Then the front runs out of gas and we're left with temperatures in the mid 70s and upper 60s for your Wednesday. How about the next 7 days? Well, 20% chance of storms tomorrow, 30% Tuesday, 20% on Wednesday. Then it gets dry again, but a better chance of storms, I think, at least as we head towards the middle part of next week with temperatures closer to normal.
Looking forward to it. Thanks,
Me too.
Sam. Coming up in sports, Chiefs head coach Andy Reid speaks on the Chris Jones holdout situation. Plus, a local high school basketball player commits to Pittsburgh State. Brock Baldridge will have that and more in sports.
The Missouri Southern Lions are coming off of a close loss after their Week 1 game against Northwest Missouri State. However, Lions were able to take away a lot of positives from that game, including the performance they got from their starting quarterback. Missouri Southern's Luke Sampson played the best game of his collegiate career thus far to MSSU. The redshirt sophomore out of League City, Texas, set new career highs in passing yards and passing touchdowns. Sampson threw for 307 passing yards and 3 touchdown passes against the Bearcats defense on Thursday night. Lions head coach Atiba Bradley was pleased by Sampson's improvement after the game.
It showed me that he's taken the next step. His feet were quieter. He put the ball in really good spots. He didn't get rattled. The game didn't look too fast for him. So if you remember, this was he started at Northwest last year, and you could tell that facing that defense really got under his skin a little bit. And today he looked comfortable. He looked like a junior or a senior, and we're just really fortunate he's a redshirt sophomore.
Pittsburgh State's women's basketball team doesn't open their season for at least a couple more months. However, the Gorillas picked up a big-time local high school commitment for the class of 2024. Clara Swearingen out of Nevada, Missouri announced on her social media this weekend that she intends to sign with the Pittsburgh State women's basketball program. Swearingen has already passed that 1,000-point milestone for her high school career. Swearingen comes off a big year as a junior where she was selected as MBCA First Team All-State. Well, we're only 4 days away until the Kansas City Chiefs kick off the NFL season this Thursday night when they take on the Detroit Lions. Head coach Andy Reid and quarterback Patrick Mahomes talked to the media on Sunday about their Week 1 opponent.
Look forward to the challenge of playing the Lions. We know they're a heck of a football team. They finished the the season strong last year, and Dan's done a great job with that group over the last couple of years, and he's got a couple good coordinators. He's got good players, and so our guys know that, and we're going to prepare ourselves.
And so they've added talent with young guys and veterans, and they play hard, and they got better even last year. So we know it's gonna be a heck of a football game, and if we don't play our best football, we're not gonna go out there and win.
Yeah, sticking with the Chiefs, the Chris Jones saga continues. Jones has been holding out for a new deal through the entirety of training camp, and now the Chiefs are prepared to play regular season games without Jones. Kansas City could be without the star defensive tackle Chris Jones in their Week 1 game versus the Lions. The All-Pro continues the holdout in the hopes of getting a new contract. He's been fined for roughly, get this, $2 million and could lose over $1 million for each game missed. Here's what Chiefs head coach Andy Reid had to say about the Jones situation.
I can't tell you that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what his agenda is or when he's coming or not coming, but we're rolling right now. I haven't put much thought into that part, Adam. Again, I don't spend a lot of time on it. I've got 90 guys, or had 90 guys in the off season that we need to make sure we're going in the right direction. So, and then now we're getting ready to play a game. So you're either here or not here, and that's how I go about it.
Interesting words from Big Red. Well, we've made it to the final month of the Major League Baseball season. It's definitely one of those seasons that the St. Louis Cardinals would like to forget. Cardinals versus Pirates at Busch Stadium on a Sunday afternoon. Second inning, no score, Miguel Andujar. If it's fair, it's gone, and it just stays fair. So it'll be a solo home run as the Pirates take an early 1-0 lead. Head to the third inning now. Cardinals, Jordan Walker at the plate, 2-1 St. Louis lead. He hits this to the same spot that Andujar did and clear the deck. Cannonball coming, solo bomb. Cardinals take a 3-1 lead in the fourth inning now. Tied game 3-3, bases loaded for Alec Burleson, and he smokes this one up the middle. 2 runs will score. St. Louis goes on to beat the Pirates 6-4. And across the state, into Kansas City, the Royals suffer yet another loss, this time to the hands of the Boston Red Sox, losing the game 7-3. So we know somewhere out there, Jacob Leonard may or may not be happy about that result. Unfortunately for the Royals, they're only 4 more losses away from triple digits, number 100. I'll be at sports. We'll be right back after this.
They thought they got married in 1984, but neither they nor the state where they held their service had any record of it. So Buffalo, Missouri's John and Margaret Davidson decided to get married again. Joe Hickman witnessed the first of its kind ceremony and has the story.
Colonial Springs is a healthcare, rehab, and senior living facility run by Citizens Memorial Hospital in Buffalo. Needless to say,
we typically are not in the wedding planning business.
Well, you're touching feet. That's what counts.
But they were today, hosting the nuptials for John and Margaret Davidson, who met back in the 1980s over a CB radio when both were truck drivers. They ended up meeting in person at a truck stop where Margaret was quite smitten.
And I stopped dead in my tracks. And I said, God, if this one's not had, he's mine. And he's not too bad for a shack up, for 40 years.
The two married in April of 1984 in Clay County, Arkansas.
I thought we did anyway.
Yeah.
A thought they held for almost 4 decades until Margaret came to the rehab center after colon cancer surgery.
I'm cancer-free now.
But as part of her Medicaid paperwork, she needed to show her marriage license.
Whoa, shoot. That marriage license has been moved around a dozen times since we got married. We knew we had it. Couldn't find it.
And when they asked for the records at county and state governments in Arkansas, they were told,
we don't show any indication that you've ever been registered in Arkansas. So here we sit, we got to tie them on again.
The nursing facility folks did the planning, complete with a ceremony attended by senior living tenants, along with decorations, cake, and a reception. Everything except
no rice throwing, nothing that could potentially cause a slip or a fall.
The newlyweds took some good-natured ribbing during it all.
hey, do you realize you've been living in sin for 40 years? And I said, yeah, and it's been a lot of fun.
That speaks well for a couple who also spent 7 years as co-drivers, 24 hours a day, in the same cab side by side. And even though that first marriage apparently didn't exist on paper,
But I'm not giving up those 40 years now, I'm going to tell you. I had to go through them. We're going to keep them. I wouldn't trade him.
Well, I don't say that I wouldn't trade her. It just all depends on what they wanted to trade for. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
Kiss your bride and your best friend. Oh, come on.
How sweet was that?
That's a great story.
Absolutely. 39 years. Didn't even know.
I know. Wow.
Wow.
Maybe they'll make it another 39.
Maybe. I would love to see that.
All right. Well, we have some nice weather to talk about. We do have isolated thunderstorms tomorrow for the holiday, but most of that will be down to the east and south of us. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, a better chance of showers and storms, but they're going to be isolated. Then it gets hot on Thursday, and then we dry out Friday, Saturday, and then more storms come back into our forecast the early part of next week with temperatures in the upper 80s and lows in the 60s.
Can't wait for the rain. Final sports note.
The Chris Jones situation just keeps dragging on and on and on. And, you know, some people are tired of it. Some people think it's fascinating. But all I know is Chris Jones has lost $2 million. And for people sitting at home saying, oh, that's not a lot of money for an athlete, go ahead and give it to me. I'll gladly take it, or the rest of us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. But, yeah, the situation keeps going on. We'll see if he's able to play week 1. And Pittsburgh State and Missouri Southern will be on the road this Thursday night. Pitt State at Fort Hays and Missouri Southern at Washburn. So we'll see if they can get a couple of W's.
Exciting games ahead of us. Well, that's our time for now. Thanks for making us part of your night.